My name is Miguel Rovira, and I am the Regional Director for International Trade and Diplomacy in the Governor's Office of Economic Development. Here at the Governor's Office of Economic Development, our job is to create jobs within the state of Utah by helping companies export into international markets. And that particular road is bifurcated into two segments. One, we help companies go into international markets where they have never had any experience in exporting. And the other role and the other segment is diplomacy. The state of Utah hosts about 83 diplomatic and trade delegations throughout the entire year. And we leverage those relationships with ambassadors and consuls and other dignitaries to the benefit of Utah companies, both in the diplomatic sector and in the commercial sector. For a lot of young professionals, networking seems to be a challenge. And the main reason is because when they walk into a networking event, they're not really sure how to approach an individual or how to approach the networking event and what they're trying to achieve. So my advice to young professionals is that before you go to a networking event, number one, understand who your constituency is. What event is being hosted, who are the individuals and the type of companies who are going to be there. Are you looking to identify individuals within that networking event for a particular purpose? So you have to have a game plan before you walk into your event, and perhaps sometimes even set some goals for you as you get a little bit more comfortable approaching individuals who you've never met, particularly at any of these functions. The key thing is always maintain eye contact with a person when you shake their hands. Introduce yourself clearly and the organization that you're with, and ask them about themselves. I mean, most people do like to talk about themselves. They like to talk about their companies. If you know what the objective of the particular event is, then proceed with that same track of mind. Let's say that you're interested in making a decision maker because you want to be able to sell a product to or a service to that particular company. The easiest way to do that is to approach somebody, say, I'm so-so and I have the best widget available. Is your company in the market for these kind of widgets? And that way you know exactly what you're going to get in response, and you might be able to establish a conversation there. Now, even if they say no, that might not necessarily be a bad response overall. Understand what the person does within the organization, and perhaps they could be a conduit for the next connection within that company. From goals or objectives, I'd say go into a networking event and tell yourself, in an hour, I like to be able to talk to at least 3 people that I haven't met, and hopefully within certain objectives. And then kind of keep track of that, so you can say, have I improved as I go from one networking event to another? So don't walk in there unprepared. Be prepared and be ready to achieve your goals. As we talk about networking opportunities, you also have to evaluate and develop a sense for what are the opportunities that are worth your time and effort. Because if you try to attend every single networking opportunity, you could spend half of your life doing that and yet not be able to achieve your goals. So first, you need to be able to sort of align your particular career goals and aspirations with some time management skills. So whenever you're looking at networking opportunities, make sure that the networking opportunity actually meshes with those career goals and aspirations. And in that way, you'll stay focused, you'll stay motivated, and you'll hopefully achieve the results that you want.
How has networking related to you having your current job now?
Oh, it was critical. The position that I have stemmed from the fact that I moved to Utah in the year 2004. I left 24 years of business connections in Washington, D.C. Moved to Utah because my wife, who is a doctor, took a job here, and I, being a supportive husband, decided to move here and abandon my business back in DC and move here, having no contacts, and I had no idea what I was going to do next. But I saw after 2 days of being here in the newspaper there was a Latino Day at the Capitol. So I told my wife, look, this is Latino Day in Utah, so let's go check it out. So I dragged her to the Capitol, and this was the first time that Latino Day had been celebrated, and it was Governor Arlene Walker who was celebrating the event. At that particular meeting, I met a bunch of people, really nice people, in the political sector. I developed a relationship with Governor Huntsman, and when he was elected, I went to his inauguration party, and during that I went to congratulate him, and he asked me if I was ever interested in a position in his administration, that I should send him an email. So about 6 to 7 months later, I understood that there was a position open in international trade within the Governor's Office of Economic Development, and I thought, well, I'm not quite sure that the governor's going to answer an email from me. I mean, he doesn't know me very well. I mean, he saw me at these networking events, but I'll shoot him an email that I'm interested and I have the qualifications for this position. Sure enough, the governor responded to my email. We set up a meeting, had a few discussions, and lo and behold, that networking with the governor led to my appointment as the Regional Director for International Trade.